Happy Thursday, Patriots fans. Coming up here on Patriots Today by Chat Sports, I've got the latest injury update on defensive lineman Christian Barmore, who's been out with blood clots. He was actually diagnosed on his 25th birthday. I'm 25. It's a little bit scary when somebody's dealing with something that serious at such a young age, but because of that situation, they did say that his timetable to return is unknown. But now they've given an update as to whether or not Christian Barmore will be here this season. But as you guys know, with what he's been dealing with, a lot of players have had to step up on the depth chart to make sure that they can still go forward with a 3-4 front, even though Christian Barmore is not returning just yet for the New England Patriots. He was placed on the non-football injury list. So, with that being said, and knowing that we are just days away from kickoff, starting off week 1 of the NFL season, go on ahead, spam your 90s in the comment section down below to wish Christian Barmore a happy and healthy recovery. I'm sure it's very scary. I'm sure he really wants to be back out there. There have been some sightings of him in the Patriots locker room, but it's still not the real thing. So spam 90 and hopefully he can come back sooner rather than later. But Jeremy Fowler of ESPN has the latest timetable on Barmore's return, saying the Patriots are bracing for the possibility that defensive tackle Christian Barmore, who's on the reserve/non-football injury list while being treated for blood clots, won't play this season. New England doesn't want to rush his recovery by any stretch. If he makes it back, great, but the team won't push it. He's a long-term asset. And I don't blame him. When you extend a guy like that, I do believe that Christian Barmore is here for the long haul. And it does suck, and it's very unfortunate that this is a non-football related injury that his body is just now getting accustomed to. And with blood clots, man, it's scary. You do not want those things to move. You have to go on blood thinners. You have to take care of your body to make the blood clot shrink. So it takes time. But the Patriots are making sure that for the long-term asset, he's being taken care of while he's taking care of himself. Ian Rappaport tweeted out a few days ago the Patriots are actually going to end up paying the full year's salary for Christian Barmore, which they don't necessarily have to do in the NFL when they get a non-football injury. It sounds kind of shitty, but the Patriots are looking out for their starting defensive linemen, and I don't blame you, because what Christian Barmore has done for them the last few seasons, it speaks volumes. Knowing that Matthew Judon went down last season, Christian Barmore stepped up. He led the team in sacks, and now he's going to be a huge loss in the pass rush for the Patriots. I think he was really the only bright spot in the pass rush. But now multiple players in the Patriots defense are gonna have to step up. The one player that I am looking at here is going to be Daniel Ekuale. Why? Because that's a position Christian Barmore is leaving wide open. But Ekuale really has stepped up so far in the preseason, but it doesn't mean that he is as perfect as we think Christian Barmore is. And I do really have a concern here for the pass rush when it comes at defensive tackle position. Not to mention, they've already noticed that they have a little bit of concern with Ekuale on earlier downs. We do know that he is mainly more of a threat when it comes to those third down plays and stuffing the trenches or putting some pressure on the quarterback if it comes to a passing play, but now having to play majority of those snaps. It's going to be a little interesting here for Daniel Ekuale, but the coaching staff, they do have faith in him because it's next man up. Whether you're ready, you have to be ready on Sunday. Jerry Montgomery said he's going to have to, right? He's who we have. I think he had a decent camp, but shit or get off the pot, right? It's time to shine, so take advantage of that opportunity. No time to be scared. And Jerod Mayo, who's a defensive guy himself, says you can throw Dan in there as well. He's one of these guys who's a penetrator. We know exactly what he is, and he's a good player for us. We also have guys on the perimeter, on the outside, that can slide inside on third down. Those are all things that we've thought through. So they think that Daniel Ekuale is the perfect fit to replace Christian Barmore, but we think it's temporary, right? But now from Jeremy Fowler, it may be for the rest of the season. And I'm just going to put it out there. It was a really shitty year for Matthew Judon to leave. Having Christian Barmore with the blood clots, having a new head coach, new defensive coordinator, and now you don't have your top defender on your roster anymore. But just like Jerry Montgomery said, there are great opportunities for another player to step up. And I do think Jeremiah Farms, I think Dietrich Wise, Keon White, Daniel Ekuale, they've all stepped up so far in the preseason, but now they really get to put it to the test on Sunday against the Bengals. So I have one question for you guys here. With blood clots, knowing how scary they are, but they also kind of have a mind of their own. So I know he's trying his hardest to get back there, But do you guys think Christian Barmore will play this season? This is not something you should mess with, really, even as a 25-year-old or as a 55-year-old. It's just a little bit scary. Type Y for yes, type in for no in the comment section down below. And then we're going to flip to the offensive side of the ball, because something that keeps me up every single night is the Patriots offensive line. Well, Jacoby Brissett has now spoken out about what he thinks about the offensive line issues and what they're going to do on Sunday. But before I hop into what Jacoby Brissett has to say, I want to make sure you guys have the best seats possible to go see the Seattle Seahawks versus the New England Patriots in their home opener, not this Sunday, but the next Sunday. Or if you want to check out any other Patriots game this season, any Celtics games, maybe some Red Sox while they are ending their season, go on ahead, download Game Time, and this is going to be your one-stop hub to get any tickets to any sporting event, concert, or anything out there that requires a purchase ticket. And the beauty is, Game Time now has a new feature called Game Time Picks. That makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands and thousands of tickets. The number one reason why I use Game Time is because I love being able to see what my view looks like from my seat before I buy it. There is nothing worse than spending a fat paycheck on a pair of tickets and you're sitting behind a pole. It's the worst. So if you guys want to see where you're sitting and get the lowest price guaranteed, Game Time is the app for you. All you guys have to do, download the Game Time app, create an account, and you're going to use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase while terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? It's game time. And Game Time does kick off at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday for the New England Patriots and their really shitty offensive line, at least in my opinion, because when Jacoby Brissett talked about it, he seemed to have a little bit different feelings than I did. He said, I feel very confident with this plan and how we're going to attack the defense, but also how they're going to help us protect the quarterback and the running back, and obviously pushing the ball down the field and things like that. I feel very confident that those guys are locking in on the plan, ironing out the details, and I'm excited for them to really make their impact on this team because it starts with them. I know what they're capable of, and I'm excited for them to show, I guess, all the questions about them. Jacoby Brissett, let me know how you feel after your ass has been sacked 5 times. Let me know how you feel when you have to keep getting up numerous times off the ground because the Bengals defense is on your ass. That is how I view the offensive line. But I'm also the one that doesn't stand behind them every single day for the last 4 months. From an outsider's perspective, I think our offensive line is absolute garbage. But that leaves every single opportunity in the world to prove me wrong. And God, I hope that they prove me wrong. But the thing that kind of scares me is that Jerod Mayo hasn't even known who the starting 5 is. He still doesn't know who the starting 5 is in front of Jacoby Brissett. However, he did say the offensive line is going to look similar to the Week 3 preseason game against the Washington Commanders. Obviously, this had City So in this game, but that's also when he got injured. He's still listed as questionable day-to-day, so they haven't taken him out just yet. But Chuck Okorafor also had 2 illegal formation flags thrown on him. Mike Onwenu also had a false start. You got Layden Robinson, a rookie, in there, which I got nothing wrong with rookies, but that's a tough task to ask a first-year player to defend Jacoby Brissett. Just to sum it all up, the offensive line was flagged 10 times in Week 3 versus the Commanders in a preseason game. And I'll give them this, because the Commanders were flagged 9 times. The Zebras were really happy just to have football back in that preseason game. So depending on the crew, it may not be 10 flags. But just like I said, illegal formation, it was stupid shit like that. It was just stuff that the offensive line should know how to do. And you got Chuck Okorafor on Jacoby Brissett's blind side, costing them plays. It may be a long day on Sunday. But obviously, I am a little bit more of a hater when it comes to the offensive line. I just think that I have seen enough. But I do hope they show me something different on Sunday. So rate your confidence in the offensive line. Scale it 1 to 10. I'm going to give it a 5. I think it could get a lot worse. I think it could get a lot better, but that's just my opinion. If you guys still want to talk about Patriots football outside of YouTube, go on ahead and follow me right now on X at AR Barefoot. Go on ahead, DM me, tweet at me, do whatever. Just hit me up on Twitter.